In these series of videos, what you'll see is my client Nadine go through her emotional healing with me. If you don't know me already, my name is Andrea and I'm a love and relationship coach. And Nadine has been kind enough to share her journey, her real, honest, genuine experience of what it's like to go on that healing with me. We've looked at different areas of Nadine's life. Sometimes we look at Nadine's relationship with men in her romantic and dating life and looked at what she wants to create in her future relationships. At times we've also looked at her relationships with her family, in particular her relationship with her parents, her mum and her dad. On other occasions we've looked at a more bigger worldview at how she would like to live her life. So in this particular situation, Nadine had the opportunity to go back and revisit an event that was causing her emotional and mental pain, so much so that it was affecting her relationship with her father. So Nadine wanted to clear that away so she could relate to her dad in a very different way, a way that was much more kind and loving, not only for herself but for him also. So both of them could have a relationship that made them both happy. And in order to do that, Nadine had to look at herself and take stock of some of the things that she was thinking and believing that was affecting her negatively. In this video, she shares her story intimately of the hypnosis that we did together. She had some time away from her dad. She wanted to gain some mental and emotional clarity. In that space away, she wanted to gain a better understanding of herself and how she was relating to her father. In that time, with that awareness, lots of changes went on for Nadine. So in this session, we started to look at how she could reconnect back with her dad again in a way that made her happy, in a way that was loving and kind for both of them. So today we did hypnosis. So in this particular session, we did some child regression work through hypnosis. So she could revisit events that was causing her pain in her mind, and shedding some light on that created a new awareness for her, so much so that she could actually gain some more inner peace and some clarity and so much more calmness within her mind and her body. From that place, she could reassess her relationship with her dad and get clear that what she wanted was a loving relationship with him. She wanted to have a real, honest, open relationship with him. She loves her family and she loves her parents, and she's beginning to really and truly love and like herself. So what you'll see is a very genuine, open and honest response of her personal healing journey and what it's like to go through that process with me, step by step along the way.
So after today's session, I'm feeling again like very tired. It was another hypnosis experience, so I think natural, normal, that I'm feeling a little bit kind of foggy, or that I'm coming to. I'm still, I'm coming to still, so hence the kind of slowing kind of drawl. I mean, this is just the state, this is just how I am, now, and I want to record something so that there is some record of my experience of our session today, as close as possible to the session itself. I prefer not to leave it too long between the session and recording the video, because things are, what I'm hoping for is things are fresher in my mind, although right now I'm not sure that my fresh is the word I would use to describe anything about me at this moment, because I really am feeling the tired, a little bit kind of heavy-headed, and I suppose it's kind of part and parcel, isn't it, of getting very, very relaxed with the hypnosis, and and then delving into Pandora's box really, and going into some emotion that's kind of it can be like very draining to. It uses up a lot of energy to move your emotions around, like to get those, get that all kind of stirred up, and in order for it to, in order to move past it and let it go, give it its time, give it its kind of show time. So that's the that's how I'm kind of conceptualizing, so yeah. So today during the hypnosis there was this really effective method, or kind of get this, that Andrea was guiding me into this, into visualizing a conversation with my dad where I'm able to get things off my chest, I kind of visualize that I'm in a safe place, I'm in a very comfortable environment for me, and that I invite him in to my it's my space and my comfortable, cozy place where I feel good and secure, and that it's, I have some kind of ownership of my space, and that he can come in there and listen to what I have to say, and once he's not going to say anything back, I just get a chance to say what's on my mind and what's going on for me. This was a really, really powerful thing to be able to do, because a lot of the the therapy and the healing process, and the kind of the emotional healing stuff that we do, that's, as much as it's connected to experience I've had with my parents or siblings or whoever, whoever it may be, the very strong, impactful lesson or understanding that I get from the things that we do is that it's nothing to do with them, and it's everything to do with me. So this visualization hypnosis technique was a way for me to come to terms with, for myself, with this experience I had as a child, that I've kind of held on to it, and I felt that it's detrimental to me to hold on to it, and it causes me to make bad decisions, and to be shut down and disconnected in relationships, and it's something that I want to let go of, because I don't want to be shut down and disconnected in my relationships. I want the opposite of that. So in order to move past that point of where there's a wall, there's just a wall up, to get through that and past that, it's necessary for me in myself to kind of come to terms with, okay, what's another way of looking at it, that turns it into something I can grasp and something I can understand, and then I can express myself around my new understanding, and from this new kind of more mature, more open and willing, and I'm in a place where I'm ready to be quite honest with myself about what might really have been going on, that I was perhaps believing for all this time that there's certain truth, and actually that's something that I'm prepared to challenge. That version of the situation makes me very unhappy, and and has a very negative effect on me and my relationships. So I'm willing to see it differently, and truthfully, but in a way that the truth of it is from a place of like understanding and okay, I see that this, it could have been it could be interpreted in a variety of ways, and let me be understanding, and let me have this chance to kind of get off my chest things that I feel, so that I can relate to certain events or experiences in a way that is no longer detrimental, and in fact it helps me to broaden my understanding and broaden my awareness. And yeah, I mean, it's again, I'm as I'm talking, my mind is so kind of like very, it's just kind of vapor at the moment. There's no real substance. So this is me coming back from the hypnosis. Really. Yeah. But just I'm happy to say that I see things differently as a result of having gone into this deep relaxation and this hypnosis method, and I can genuinely say that I feel very differently to how I did when I walked into that session, around a certain this certain experience that I had as a child, that has been affecting my life very negatively and causing me to be very shut down. So how interesting it is that just from like reading into it in another way, in a new way, or to even to challenge whatever it is that you're thinking, or think, how can I see it so that it doesn't make me unhappy and doesn't make me feel distressed, and and the fact of just going there, just being curious and asking myself those questions, and experimenting with having envisioning this conversation, this heart to heart with my dad, and kind of imagining him there, and me actually saying the word during the session, saying words that I would want him to hear from that, and how amazing it is that just that exploration can create such different associations, different meaning, new awareness, and ultimately moving past that negative aspect of the experience, and thinking, wow, I could look at this I can look at this in another way and feel okay about it. Feel okay about something that that has been such a cause of torment for me all these years, and now here we are exploring it in a new way, and seeing it differently, and connecting to it differently, and I am feeling, wow, that's enlightening. That feels like some kind of resolution now, some like a door can close on that, and I can like open a new door, to start a new chapter, turn over a new leaf in my life, and so as incoherent as that may all have been, it's important just to be able to like consolidate and absorb things that went on during the session, and that's really the purpose of this video, is to just give them the most just the most genuine kind of version of my experience. So yeah, I mean there's yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'm still coming around. So I feel like maybe I've been anesthetized, and I'm kind of just, I'm waking up. I'm still a bit groggy from my hypnosis experience. So yeah, so I look forward to that because it continues for a few days. It kind of, things are still going on under the surface after an experience like that with the hypnosis. So yeah, I'm really I'm curious to know, like, over the next few days, like, how will I feel and what will come up, and what will I dream about at night? Will I have like a restful sleep, or will things come up for me, or will, by some strange coincidence, will something come into my life that that is could be seen as connected to my new awareness, or attracting something different, attracting something new as a result of letting go of something very negative. Now that I have so much more space available in my thoughts, because of no longer being so preoccupied with the things I was holding on to so tightly, and so that's it, isn't it? It's like, you can't undo something like that once you realize something, once you have an enlightening moment. You can't undo it. You can't then go back and unrealize it, so that's it. So it's like I kind of walked through a new threshold, and this is a brand new chapter, and I really genuinely am looking forward to being with my family at Christmas and spending time with them. And they are who they are. They are the same as they've always been. And now what's happened is, instead of me being preoccupied with them changing and wishing things were different, with them, in fact, I'm so different now, and naturally I will experience them in a different way, just more accepting, and this is who they are, and I love them. It's my family, it's my parents, my sisters, my brother, and I love them so much, and I want to show them that. I want that's really the only important thing for them to, the most important thing for me to show them. All the other stuff is me and my stuff that I need to resolve for myself. It's got nothing to do with them. Why should it be? Why? There's no reason why it should need to be projected on them, and that's something I've done a lot over my life. So I'm turning things around now for the better, and it's I feel, on some level I feel nervous, on some level I'm excited, on another level I'm just intrigued to see, okay, this is so brand new. I see them differently. Things that they've done in the past and the way they are, I see things so differently, and especially my parents, but also my siblings as well. So I'm excited to experience them in a new way as a result of all the emotional work that I've been doing, in these sessions with Andrea. So yeah, so lots and lots to look forward to.